Yo, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back. Zach Lesage here from the Shuffle Squad. Today we're going to be going over the deck that won the Japan Championships, Fusion Mew. Now, Fusion Mew's seen a little bit of a rocky road in Pokemon. Best deck upon release, kind of was like up towards the best deck, got counted out of the format, won Hartford Regional Championships, then it won Japan Championships. Is it better in this format? We're going to have to find out. So this video I'm going to be covering over Cal Connor's list, or a very similar list to the one that he just made top 32 with at the recent late night championships online. And we're going to see exactly how Fusion Mew is going. There's a few new techs up this deck. We got that Eiscue that can snipe a Spiritomb on your opponent's bench, or anything for that matter. A lot of cool things going on with this deck. As always, the list is going to be available in the description, or you can grab it from this video. It is also going to be copy and pastable form, so check that out. And yeah, we're going to be explaining over the deck, the strategy, all that good stuff. So that being said, let's see how this video goes. Really excited to jump into this deck. The Shuffle Squad is proudly sponsored by Ultimate Guard, PTCGL Store, and Atlas TCG. Check out the description below for discount codes and affiliate links to support the squad. Now it's time for the video. So here we have it, Fusion Mew. And what I'm going to do before anyone who's just watching this video and wants to kind of screen cap this lovely part and below, we have the Pokemon at 14, and we have the trainers at 39. I wish there was like a better way to kind of search this up. We really need a full screen version for all of us content creators out here. So I'm going to do this. You can kind of screenshot after that the Cram-o-matics. You can screenshot that, and you can screenshot that, and of course the energies as well. So strategy of this deck is going to be Mew VMAX. Using Cross Fusion Strike, you can copy any of your Pokemon in play, such as Genesect Technoblast, Eiscue, or Meloetta. There's other attacks too, like you could use Glistening Droplets, or you could even use Psychic Leap if you really had a choice. We have ways to power up our Pokemon very quickly with this deck. So we have Elesa Sparkle right here. We've got a couple copies. We can always search those out with Forest Seal Stone. And with those couple copies, we can maybe get Meloetta powered up with Elesa Sparkles, grab out another Fusion Strike energy, and attack turn 1. We can also maybe snipe one of our opponent's Pokemon as early as turn 1. The cool thing that this deck gets is Iono. So this is one of the few decks that is Iono proof, kind of. So if your opponent Ionos you to 1, you could use Fusion Strike system and draw a bunch of cards, allowing you to usually get out of that poor spot. So across the board, we have ways to draw a lot of cards. We have a lot of ways to do a lot of damage. We have some sneaky new techs going on in this deck to make sure that it works. We also have access to a lot of consistency cards, some disruption cards, ways to deal with our poor matchups with Lost City and Path to the Peak, and even like things like Cleansing Gloves for the Gardevoir matchup. So there's a lot of cool things going on when it comes down to this Mew VMAX list, this Fusion Mew list. And we'll see. Other few things that we could add in here is maybe a Deoxys. I know that Dre from our team would definitely add one into his list. Maybe that's the spot for Oricorio. Maybe it's going to go out for the Eiscue. We'll have to see if it's Dre Eiscue. You know what I'm saying? We'll have to see how it plays out. But like I said, copy and pastables in the description. We're going to jump into some gameplay. I'm not sure if we're going to get to more than a game or not. It depends if we get this deck popping off. A lot of players concede against Meloetta turn 1, so we'll see where we can get at with some of these gameplay and stuff like that. So let's jump into it. Okay, so we're gonna start it up with the opening coin flip, and I think we might have won the coin flip. Yeah, we want to go first when it comes down to it. Going second's cool, but we can't guarantee what we're gonna be doing against our opponent, so I'm okay with us going first here. And you can see getting the Battle VIP passes and stuff like that in play, having a fusion energy to attach, all that good stuff, fantastic. Now watch us play against like a Tingly Drapion deck or a Spiritomb Drapion deck. You would definitely counter Mew big time. Just waiting for our opponent to get their basic Pokemon, the right one chosen. And let's see what they flip over. We're going to be playing against a Chen Pal. Could be tough for us to deal with. We do have Path to the Peak to make things interesting, but we are going to go with Battle VIP Pass. I think I want to go for the Eiscue here. I think the Eiscue might be a little bit of a spicy play. We're going to go Genesect. We're also going to make sure to search through our deck to see what we have going on here. I know we have a couple fusion energies in hand. We have all of our energies as far as I could tell. So I'm going to grab these two. And I'm going to go for the Battle VIP Pass. And I'm going to search for Eiscue and a Genesect. I have to be careful about overbenching because I know that this deck has been playing a couple copies of Avery, which has been pretty cool. I am going to attach the energy to the Mew so we could actually copy with Mew VMAX, the Eiscue play that is. And we could use Block Slider to maybe knock out their Frigibacks. Or we could just do a lot of damage in general. So we'll start off, I like to do them in order as we're getting our draws. Yeah, I guess we're going to take that. We're just going to put the other Mew down. If it ends up getting discarded, that's fine. They usually only play one. We can't assume that they're just going to have one Avery in their 6-card hands. But if they do, they do. Not much else that I really want to be doing here. I don't want to path. Their abilities are not super important on the first turn. We are going to go ahead and pass. I don't think we're going to get Iono'd. I don't think we're going to get Irida'd. Sorry, we're not going to get Iono'd. We're not going to get Judged. I don't think we're getting Avery'd. I think they're going to play an Irida. Or nothing. We could always hope for nothing. That's always a valid option when it comes down to it. And we'll see. So if they decide to only get out one Frigibax or don't see that Eiscue can snipe, we snipe damage. We might just be able to like knock out a single Frigibax, really slow their deck down, allowing us to like kind of like play around with our opponent. The way that I picture it is always kind of like I had a cat that would always like prey on spiders with its paws and it's kind of like playing God, right? So in this case, Eiscue allows us to force our opponent to have one more piece. They usually need double Frigibax, but in this matchup, they might not necessarily get it. There is their Irida, and they do have the nice Chen Pao. Let's go. Such an awesome card. If you need any code cards, go to ptcglstore.com, plug in code ZLassage5 or TSS5 to save 5%. Absolutely sick discount there. I'm going to send up the Mew that does not have any energies, just in case they get a random knockouts. And if they end up getting a knockout, that's fine. We'll just have to see how it goes. We could also knock out other cute things like the Radiant Greninja. We could also like Lost City snipe things as well. So it doesn't have to be active Pokemon. So we'll see how they directly decide to do things here. There's their Psychic Energy. They are going to lose their Frigibax to us because we are just so good at Pokemon. That being said, we are probably going to go with Lost City here. I think I'm generally okay with that, because they're not going to be using it next turn. I also just want to grab the energy. And I don't need the Escape Rope. And yeah, I'd like to use Cram, but I'm not going to put myself in a position where we're like actively going to miss. So we're going to go for Mew. We could always draw more cards here. I think we're in a really good position. Like I said, sometimes they just don't get out more than one Frigibax. It's not because they didn't try, it's just because they didn't get it. And this is why Eiscue is just so broken sometimes. We are just going to go with this. We could also just boss it for what it's worth. But I think it's fine to snipe. Fusion Strike System. We're going to put another one there. And let's go for a Fusion Strike System one more time. Let's retreat. And we're going to send up Mew VMAX. Mew VMAX going ahead and cross Fusion Strike the Eiscue. I just want to make sure it's the right attack because I haven't read what the attacks actually cost. And then we're going to put 80 damage on this Pokemon. And then we're sending that to the Lost Zone. So you want to know what? That was a pretty sick move. If we didn't have the boss in our hand, it would have been nice. Our opponent's probably like, nice, sick. And the reason why we didn't want to knock out the 2 prize card Pokemon, because there might be people who are viewing at home. We didn't knock it out because the Frigibax is what allowed them to attack. They couldn't attack, so we could just take advantage of the moment. Yeah, I would scoop that game too. Let's jump into another one here. Okay, so our opponent's going to be calling the coin flip. If they go first, we could show how this deck goes second. I'm just more interested in showing more gameplay more than 4 minutes, and if this game's a short game, it's going to be a short video. That's all it's going to be. But that's it. We'll try our best here. I always like putting on a show for the community whenever possible. Now, yeah, we'll just go first here. We'll see if we can beat our other first turn with a double Battle VIP Pass Genesect. Maybe Mew double VIP? You want to know what we did get? Forest Steel Stone. We did get access to Forest Steel Stone, Genesect, so we could go for Battle VIP Pass. We could Lost Vacuum Wear, Forest Steel Stone. So while this hand does look a little bit rough, we do have some options here. And maybe we'll use Eiscue again, depending on whatever our opponent has going on. It looks like we're going to be playing against another Chen Pao. Chen Pao is very popular. Okay, let's see how they go. Maybe we'll just top deck Battle VIP Pass. We will take an extra one. Meloetta is probably not the card that we're looking for. Elesa certainly is not bad. So we are going to go Forest Steel Stone here. And I am going to go Forest Steel Stone, use Star Alchemy. Star Alchemy is going to be for a Battle VIP Pass. Sometimes we use this to get out of Path. A lot of the times that we want to be using it just to get out of a dead hand. So I think we're pretty good here. I'm going to double check through again. I hate that I have to click this. I wish I could just like hold on to it on desktop. Let's go Battle VIP Pass. And we're going to go for a Mew. And as much as I want to go for a Genesect, I want to get the Eiscue out of the way. Maybe I'm just going to go for a Mew and a... Maybe I'm going to go Mew and Genesect, and we'll see what happens next turn. I am going to put this down. I am going to put down this. And the other thing that we could do here is, in order to draw cards, we could Lost Vacuum away. We don't need all of our double turbos for what it's worth. We can get away our things, and we could draw a card with our opening hands. Depending on what we draw, we could always use Power Tablet. We don't want to get rid of this other double turbo energy. Mew is certainly not bad here, so I will use that to draw an extra couple cards. So you can see how we're like drawing out of a generally poor hands. There's a Forest Steel Stone. And next turn we'll decide how we want to use Cram-o-matic. Really decide there, but I think we have enough draw power and good stuff going on here. We'll just pass our turn. Next turn we can use Elesa Sparkles, knock out their Origin Form Palkia V-Star, and put ourselves in a super strong position. I don't see how it's ever going to be bad. We could get the knockout even with Meloetta. We'll see how our opponent reacts. If they get out one Frigibax, this might be a situation where we don't want to try to get the knockout on everything, or maybe we will get out an Eiscue, or we'll see how it plays out, right? But I think we could definitely get a knockout on this Origin Form Palkia V-Star pretty easily if I've ever seen one. Yeah, we don't need those cards. So I think a lot of players are playing a similar list when it comes down to it. Lists are getting a little bit more refined when it comes to playing this archetype. Frigibax, sick. Oh, and they're just going to Iono us. That's fine. We're going to get 6. Nothing was like super great in our hand anyways. They don't get a lot of energies in the discard pile. They also can't do anything with Palkia. There's their Chen Pao. This might be another game where we go for Eiscue knocking out their Frigibax. Yeah, so we're going to go here, and we're actually going to Escape Rope first, because I want to Nest Ball, then Elesa Sparkles directly onto the Eiscue, giving us a pretty solid chance here. So we're only going to go with double Genesect this game. Might be a little bit spooky, but we'll play it out. And yeah, let's go. Nest Ball goes down. Nest Ball grabs this Eiscue. Elesa Sparkles grabs us. We're going to choose this Mew and this Eiscue. Going to grab the last 2 Fusion Strike energies. So we could do a lot of damage. We could snipe for 160, which is enough to do some cool stuff. And as much as it might be cool to power up this Mew, I mean, maybe it's better to do that. Can they get 4, 5? So they can maybe like Melanie. Like there's a way that they could potentially do it. I'm going to try something else before I decide to retreat or anything else like that. I am going to use Genesect's Fusion Strike system. So we'll see, like, we might change it up. Okay, we did get Path. I I'm not too worried about the other Mew VMAX here. What I am trying to get is a way out. We don't want to get anything. We're just trying to thin things up. I want to play Path of the Peak down so they can't even use Origin Form Palkia V-Star. Their ability. The Lost Vacuum's also not, or the Lost City's not terrible. So what I'm actually going to do here is, since they could potentially get the knockout with Chen-Pao, I am going to go for Path to the Peak, and I'm going to copy with the Mew. So since they could knock out the Chen-Pao, and I don't think they can knock this out, and they're under Path, I can go Cross Fusion Strike, copy Block Slider, knocking out the Frigibax. And our opponent, if they don't have an out to Path, and if they don't have enough things, like, I don't think they're getting a knockout, and we could just kind of be up 3 prize cards quickly. Or we could maybe knock out their Frigibax before they evolve or anything. So we might have just, like, slowed down our opponent. Like, the Eiscue's quite good in this matchup, but our opponent seems like they have a plan here. The Barrel might be able to draw them out of their tough hands if they don't necessarily have everything. We're hoping that they don't find a Stadium and an Origin Form Palkia V-Star. There's another energy. Okay, so they're just using Industrious and Scissors, so we know that the first card that they have in their hand is not a Stadium, which significantly lowers the rest of them drawing into a Stadium or into a Lost Vacuum. Now, the Meloetta, I'm not too worried about. I wish I could see my hand. We do have Nest Ball here, so I'm gonna, yeah, let's go Meloetta, and I'm gonna go Genesect. I don't know if I care about having the Fusion Strike energy in play. In case they have a Lost Vacuum or something, I'm just gonna make sure that they can't play it if they ever need to thin more cards with Industrial and Scissors. Those micro decisions can sometimes matter. Probably does not matter for what it's worth, but we will find out. So maybe our opponent's gonna go Hail Blade, discard energies, and then we proceed to be a deck. But we'll decide what we want to do. You can see what I'm saying, though. A lot of these lists are playing Avery. Very much similar today. Another Chen-Pao. We really want to go after this Origin Form Palkia, because if they have no Frigibax and no Origin Form Palkia, they can't really accelerate energies. What an interesting choice on their behalf. They're probably going to bring up Genesect to try to slow down the gameplay. So our opponent's really, they're digging for it, but they're probably like, yikes. If Zach just gets this boss Power Tablet play, probably lose. Yeah, and here's how we're going to directly get around it. So we're going to go ahead and start off with Nest Ball. Searching our deck for an Oricorio. Okay, so we have a couple Genesect prize. We're only really getting one. That's fine. We're going to grab the Oricorio. Might as well make it a little bit more difficult for them to do some damage. I am going to go Ultra Ball away. This and this. And we're going to search our deck for a Mew. And I am going to go ahead and Lost City. So we are going to turn this back on. I am going to go Power Tablet. And I am going to go Escape Rope. So they have to send up a 2 prize card Pokemon at the very least. If they send up this, it's automatically incorrect. And also, Power Tablet only applies to your active, if anyone's going to ask in the comments. Otherwise, I'd just be searching for 2 Power Tablets to go Block Slider to knock this out. There's no way they send me up the Origin Form Palkia. Not sure what's going on here. Maybe PTCG Live froze. Because I don't see a timer anymore. Oh, they're still deciding. I'm going to send up the Pokemon at least with the energies. So in case, let's say if I accidentally thought I retreated or something else like that, I could always just attack with that one. So I'm going to go Fusion Strike. We did not get Boss. I'm going to put Forest Steel Stone down here. I'm also going to put Choice Belt down here. I think what I want to do, as much as this sucks, and I'm going to say that very clearly, I'm going to retreat and use Eiscue, knocking out Bibarel to stop them from drawing. So retreat, send this up. They have nothing on their bench that stops me from attacking. Let's go Block Slider, knocking out the barrel. This puts me down that I need to only knock out 2 more 2 prize card Pokemon. So the Chen-Pao and Chen-Pao are looking very, very opportunistic for me to knock out. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for opportunistic. I missed Boss already. So the odds of me missing Boss again are quite low. Now they are going to have access to their Origin Form Palkia, but they only have 2 energies in the discard pile. If they don't have Boss, they're not taking a prize card. And I also do not think that they're taking a prize card on my Mew VMAX, which gives me a really good opportunity to just win the game in a couple turns. They can't draw any more cards because their Barrel's gone. They can't accelerate any more energies because their Frigibax is gone. We are chilling here. Third energy. Wow. They're just going to pass. This is completely fine. We are going to search again for ways to make this happen. So let's go ahead and... I don't care about the Lost City anymore. I'm going to go Lost Vacuum away Judge because it doesn't matter what they have in their hands. Actually, I don't know if I care about the Lost City. I'm just going to take care of this. This is fine. I'm fine if their Pokemon get put into the Lost Zone at this point. I am going to go Pal Pad. I guess there's only 1 in there. It's not like... I'd rather keep the Switch card in case they go for any weird boss play. So I am going to go double turbo here. I am going to play a Power Tablet. And again, we're searching for that boss. We're drawing 5 cards. Like, we have a pretty good chance. So there's our boss. We don't necessarily get the knockout, though. We're only doing 240, 270. Wait, no. 210, 240, 270. So we need to Cram-o-matic to see if we're able to get it. I'm going to go Cram-o-matic away this Battle VIP Pass. Let's see. Tails. So we're not able to get the knockout, but we can maybe get the knockout with this Mew. We did play a damage modifier, so we're at 190, 220. So what I'm going to do is actually just play Switch Cart into our Mew VMAX. I think I'm going to get Iono'd if they ever had an Iono. Actually, they only play like 1. I have the boss in hand. So we're actually just going to keep it like this. And I'm going to go Cross Fusion Strike, doing Techno Blast for 220. And they have to attack me with this. Like, it sucks that we've wasted a few Power Tablets along the way. And that might be something that we have to watch out for. And maybe it'd be nice to have the late game Meloetta. But I also just don't know what our opponent's going to do here in order to win this game. They have to go back-to-back Chen-Pao and basically discard 6 energies. And they can only attach 3 more. And they don't even have the energies to attach to get the knockouts. I mean, they could definitely go attach with hand and then discard all their energies and have no energies left for the game. And if they put down Frigibax to try to use anything, like, I think our opponent's out of this game is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, they're going to concede. We took that. Showing how strong Fusion Mew is, especially as against Chen-Pao in this format. And as you could tell, this worked really well. Like, Fusion Mew was on and poppin'. We were able to copy the right attacks. We were able to use Eiscue quite well in this format. So sometimes it's not even like the cards get better. Cards get better in formats. So it's not... Eiscue didn't release in Paldea. It's a fusion Pokemon releasing in Brilliant Stars, if I recall correctly. So it's one of those things where it works. It just works in this format because there's a lot of Pokemon like Frigibax that we're able to kind of snipe with our bench. Spiritomb is another option. A lot of really cool things we can do with Mew nowadays. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, let us know in the comments what you think. If there's any kind of content that you want to be watching in the future, let us know. But right now, we're just going to kind of be grinding out most of the decks. So if you haven't seen a deck profile from a TSS creator or myself, it's on the way, and once we get done with those, we're going to start improving the ones that we're upon, so stay tuned for all that. That being said, I'm Zach Lesage from the Shuffle Squad. I'll catch up with all y'all later. Have yourself a great one, and thank you so much for watching. You made it to the end. Thank you so much for watching this entire video from the Shuffle Squad. honestly, from the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate each and every person that supports our content, watches what we have going on every single day, every single week, even from time to time, and continuously allows us to have a forum to project our creative content towards the Pokemon TCG community. So if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and even leave a comment to help boost the YouTube algorithm. That being said, we'll catch you with our next video. Thanks again. Take it easy.